How's everyone doing this morning? Woo! Yeah. Before we begin, if you wouldn't mind silencing your phones. Thank you. All right. Welcome, everyone. I'm Haven Lin-Kirk, the Dean of the USC Gayle Garner Roski School of Art and Design. Good morning. Wow, what a beautiful day. Thank you all for gathering with me to share in this momentous occasion. I'd like to first thank our friends, supporters, and families who are here today to celebrate our graduating class. I'd also like to take a moment to thank all of the Roski staff and faculty who support our school and whose efforts made this event possible today. I'm very grateful to be working with such an amazing and dedicated team of people. So if you wouldn't mind standing as I acknowledge you, to the faculty marshals, Dr. Jenny Lin, actually, if everyone could sit, sorry. I said everyone could sit, but they didn't sit. You see how art school is? All right, Dr. Jenny Lin and Professor Karen Moss, if you don't mind standing. The student banner bearers, Zoe Del Rosario, and our student flag bearer, Margaret Ryan. Woo! And a warm welcome to our board member, Neil Sherman. If Neil Sherman is here, maybe Neil could stand. Yeah? Oh, there he is. Hi, Neil. Neil's been a devoted supporter of our school and our students, and you've always made a special effort in supporting our school, such as attending events like today's. Thank you, Neil, for being here and for your commitment to the arts. And now I would like all the part-time faculty seated up front to stand. Oh, we have one. Oh, there's two. There's a couple. All right, yeah. Thank you for your efforts in the classroom and for coming here today. And of course, a special thank you to the dedicated full-time faculty, our chairs, our directors, with me here on the platform. I'm gonna have them stand, and then why don't we all stand and cheer them on too? Yeah, woo! All right, if you could be seated. To the students graduating, today is a special moment, and I'm thrilled to be here with you as you take this step forward into the world. Several years ago, when you started this journey, I greeted you, and in those early conversations, we talked about developing your artistry and looking ahead to the pursuit of your creative goals. In those first days, I'm sure you all mused about the discoveries you would make and what was to come and who you would become. Since the beginning, we've asked you to question everything and to use your creative insights to change the world. And though challenges are always expected, little could any of us have predicted the difficult circumstances that emerged these past few years, and just how turbulent and uncertain the past years would be. And despite it all, here we are today. We've been through a lot. You've been through a lot. Throughout this time, you've all become stronger, more resilient, and demonstrated the courage to continue to make new work, push yourself further, and discover new passions. So here's what I've seen. The work that has emerged is incredible. I've seen dedication, passion, and commitment to your practice at all costs. You brought to the Roski community skills, talent, intelligence, and empathy. You've challenged yourself to be incredible. You've taken the lessons learned and the experiences had to further your passion and develop a discipline that you'll carry with you for the rest of your lives. You've made impactful work. Art and design pieces that have a lasting impact on who you are and who we all are. You've allowed us, the faculty, staff, and your fellow students to be part of your journey, whether through exchanges in the form of critiques, discussions, or debates, always with the intention to support and encourage you to do your best work. That will bind us to you. With each new task you took on, whether an art piece, design project, or research assignment, you challenged yourself to do more and ask more of yourself. We've watched each project lead to the next, and the next was always better. Your progress and drive to do better will become part of your authentic inner voice. Our outstanding faculty of practicing artists, designers, critics, and curators bring all of their expertise and passion for art and design into the classrooms to educate you. I firmly believe that if we are doing our jobs, you'll become our peers. Today marks that milestone, and as we send you off into the world on this new path, know that we consider you to be one of our colleagues. Remember that our door is always open to you. I can't wait to see how far you're all going to go. So I'm excited to meet up with you in the future and greet you as the professional and a revered artist, designer, painter, potter, photographer, writer, curator, maker, illustrator, builder, art director, teacher, sculptor, or arts organizer that you will become. I think I got it all, right? Yeah. And to the families and friends of the graduates here, thank you for trusting us with your students' education. We know that these past few years, your lives have also changed radically. Yet through it all, your support and nurture was more critical than ever before. Thank you to the families, friends, and support systems for being a key component in your students' success. We are all grateful. To the supporters, donors, board members, and other friends of Roski, you've made a difference to all of us. Your belief in the creativity of these students and the understanding of the vast need of an education in the arts is shown through your commitment and support of our school. You're an important part of our community and the Trojan family. Thank you. And now, I'd like to introduce today's commencement speaker, Charles Gaines. Charles is an individual that shares many of the same values and beliefs that our school embodies. He's renowned as a pivotal figure in the conceptual art world. His work employs system-based or rule-based processes and ideas, and the scope of his work spans drawing, painting, photography, sculpture, and installation. The respect he's garnered as an artist is only matched by the influence that he's had on a generation of artists while he was a faculty at CalArts. Some of those students are actually on the stage with me today. I'm honored to invite to the stage Charles Gaines.
So, I would like to thank Dean Haven Lin-Kirk and the members of the faculty of the Roski School of Art and Design here at the University of Southern California for giving me this opportunity to address the graduating class of 2022. This is such an important occasion. Thank you to the graduating class of 2022 for welcoming me. And congratulations to you for successfully completing the hard work to get you to this spot. I remember my own graduation from the Rochester Institute of Technology. The commencement speaker was Chet Huntley, a name that only means something to anyone 100 years old or older. Yeah. He was a journalist for the NBC evening news program, the Huntley-Brinkley Report, and he was in those days a household name. Mr. Huntley reminded us that despite the state of the world at that time, the Vietnam War was in high gear, and the civil rights movement created a deep fissure in American culture that eventually led to the assassination of Martin Luther King 9 months later. This moment of our graduation represented a streak of optimism of the human spirit. Despite the evidence of a very troubled world, most believed that institutions of higher learning gave us the tools to realize a better future for ourselves and for the world. While brainstorming about what to say here, I realized that the troubled world that inspired Huntley's pep talk is still haunting us 50+ years later. Therefore, I felt compelled to address the same question. Do we still believe in the possibility of a better future? More specifically for this audience, to all of the disciplines that are available to us to address this question, my opinion is that it is best addressed through the arts. This is because art and design are centrally driven by our values, which represent the cornerstone of our humanity, and not by our material interests. Although the purpose of art is not restricted to making moral or ethical judgments, the objects that artists and designers make are products of the same human faculty that makes these judgments. But still, the question remains salient because one cannot automatically achieve a better future by simply making art. The reason for this has origins in English and American history. Buried deep in the American culture is the idea that we were put on this earth to be happy. This is revolutionary when compared to early Christian doctrine, which taught that we were put on this earth to suffer. Most enlightened thinkers use the term happiness in the broad sense of living a good life, to which we refer to today by using the terms well-being and quality of life. According to them, happiness is the enjoyment of material life. The road to a better future was then to be happy. This is evident in the founding documents of the United States, such as the Declaration of Independence, which states that we have an inalienable right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. It is little understood that the term happiness was at the time a substitute for property. The decision to define happiness not as a pleasure but as property can be traced to Thomas Jefferson, who adopted John Locke's definition of happiness, which was property. Simply, to our founding fathers, the pursuit of happiness was the pursuit of wealth. This makes American culture institutionally ill-suited to support the arts, except when that art object can be considered on the material level as property. It is my feeling that art is not driven by material desire, even as some artists become quite wealthy. It is driven by a compulsion, one that is linked to the same faculties that allow ethical and moral judgments, faculties that the Scottish philosopher David Hume described as properties of human nature. For Hume, human nature is not a collection of instincts, but a complex sentiment that is in part socially driven. Unfortunately, art does not guarantee an interest in a better future, but it employs the same faculties that drives a concern for the world. I am saying that art is driven by the compulsion to make the world better. It is not driven by material pleasures. This compulsion that David Hume described as human nature is the social manifestation of this faculty within us. We make art because we can't help it. It is indeed impressive that artists like all of you here find the courage to pursue art as a career, and at great sacrifice and expense, even as you may live in a country whose government doesn't support nor value art enough. Yet you persevere, undeterred by the difficulty. This is a commitment of the highest integrity that the rest of the world should learn from. And it makes me personally optimistic that we can successfully continue this project to achieve a better future. I feel the way Frederick Douglass felt when he was asked by a journalist after the Dred and Harriet Scott decision if slavery would ever be abolished. And this was at a time when slavery had been legalized in 4 separate court decisions prior to becoming federally protected. To paraphrase, he said that he could never be happier. The Supreme Court is a powerful body, but it cannot turn day into night and summer into winter. He remarked that the abolition of slavery is inevitable because it draws its strength from the same forces that creates the tides. I feel that the social compact for a better future is secure every time I see a person make the decision to become an artist. Thank you.
Thank you, Charles. I'd like to invite the Roski School MA in Curatorial Practice in the Public Spheres, Nawi Garcia, to the stage. Naui is an art historian and curator and holds a Bachelor of Art in Art History from USC. Her focus of study for the past year has been exploring the representation of people before and after the independence of Mexico, specifically in the 18th and the 19th century. She's also one of the 3 graduate curators at this year's undergrad annual student exhibition at the USC Fisher Museum, which is still open until today at 2 p.m.
Dear fellow graduates, I would like to thank our faculty, friends, family, and all of those who carried us through 2 of the most challenging years of our lives. Thanks to their support, we get to celebrate this moment. Class of 2022 is like no other. We met for the first time through computer screens, black square icons with unfamiliar faces that we eventually got to call colleagues and friends. Yet despite the distance and seemingly endless months of self-isolation, we accomplished something that we never imagined. Just think about it. Some of us worked multiple jobs amid school responsibilities, while others moved across the country without any family member to drive to after a difficult day. In fact, some of us are first-generation students, guided by mentors and carrying the weight of proving that we're worthy of success. And still we made it. I know from working together that all of you are committed to protecting the planet, to foreground the voices of those who have not been given a chance to speak, and take action steps to build, not just imagine, a sustainable future for everyone, for all immigrants, not just the ones that look like us. This is so special, this is your gift, embrace it. As you go through life, please resort to kindness, especially if you're feeling uncertain. I promise you that when you operate from the heart, all the doors will open just for you. They always do. Remember that life is not a race, and the success is not defined by metrics, but by how many lives you touch, how many roads you pave for others to have a place in this world. Believe you're capable of greatness. There's nothing to fear. You've earned this moment. Congratulations, class of 2022.
Thank you, Naui. And now I'd like to invite to the stage MFA in Art speaker Jessica Bellamy to the stage. Jessica received a Bachelor of Art in Political Science with a minor in Fine Art and Painting from USC in 2014. Primarily working with oil painting, she also incorporates screen printing, video, and sculpture into her practice. Her paintings function as collages that intend to deconstruct idealistic narratives by exploring the political, social, and ecological implications of a false promise of paradise and false notions of progress. Through a critical and loving approach, Jessica examines the phenomenology of the California landscape, and she asks us to reimagine our relationship to the environment and examine the social structures that strain it. Her MFA thesis exhibition, Present Myth, Future Fantasy, is currently on view at the Roski Graduate Gallery on the Mateo campus in the LA Downtown Arts District. Jessica?
Hello, and thank you, Dean Haven. It is an honor today to share a few words with you and with my MFA cohort, Erin, Francesca, Lainey, and Sophia. When I first learned about the others in my class in the summer of 2020, out of instinct, I knew this group was not going to just survive, but thrive. The MFA cohort of 2022 leaned on each other a lot, and we have the text threads to prove it. From the get-go, we decided we needed to be a team to get through our first year of online school, where we only saw each other in the graduate building. It's amazing to look back today and realize how many firsts we had together, and how much trust there is between us. I distinctly remember our first time sharing an elevator. Remember, this was 2020. Our first hugs, our first time in each other's studios, which we fondly called our COVID terrariums, and our first self-directed cabin retreat. Soren Kierkegaard said that life can be understood backwards, but must be lived forwards. Now Bustamante also told us something quite similar, that the conversations, studio visits, and self-discoveries will reverberate in our lives long after we graduate today. So, to the class of 2022, wherever our paths lead, I hope our work will always be a true part of who we are, reflecting not just who we are as individuals, but the times and experiences that have shaped our lives. There are infinite ways of being creative, and I can't wait to see where our paths take us. Thank you, and fight on.
Thank you, Jess. I'd like to invite the MFA in Design speaker, Paula Espinoza, to the stage. Paula is a Latinx fashion designer with a drive for a sustainable future. Her work uses nature to explore different ways to design clothing and textiles, with a focus on developing and reimagining what a climate-conscious wardrobe looks like. She aspires to help create a world where every piece of clothing can go back into the environment with little or no trace. During her time in the MFA design program, her work focused on recycling biotextiles, natural dyes, and eco-practices in designing clothing, that will positively impact the apparel industry. Paula?
Good morning, students, families, and faculty. I'm honored to stand before you all and represent the MFA Design Department at this year's commencement ceremony. I wanted to start by congratulating each and one of my fellow students on this major accomplishment. It has not been easy working towards a degree during a time where our social, environmental, and political climate have been incredibly unstable. We should all be proud of ourselves and all the work that we have done throughout our time at USC. During my time in this department, I have been able to research and develop new materials that can replace polluting textiles in the fashion industry. I wanted to thank the university and my professors for giving me the opportunity and the skills necessary to grow as a designer and envision new futures for the world of fashion. As designers, it is our responsibility to create things that will create a lasting impact on our communities. And it is my hope that each of us will leave here today knowing that we are fully prepared to embrace this challenge. To the families and friends who are in attendance, please know that all of you have made an important impact on the graduates who sit here today. Thank you to my parents, my family, and my amazing boyfriend for all their love and support throughout my entire academic journey. To my parents, muchas gracias por sus sacrificios y por dejarme seguir mis sueños. Todos mis logros son para ustedes, y es un honor como latina poder estar aquí hoy como un ejemplo que sí se puede. And as my dad always says, let us go out there and conquer the world. Thank you all, and fight on.
Thank you, Paula. That was great. All right. And now I'd like to invite the undergrad speaker, Emma Pulowski, to the stage. Emma is a BFA design major with a double minor in psychology and product design. She is an exceptional student and designer and a RAD ambassador. Emma has experimented and challenged herself with classes like ceramics, abnormal psychology, and 3D printing before choosing an emphasis in design. Emma is the director of design for the Trojan Marketing Group and the lead project manager and graphic designer at the USC Annenberg School for Communication and Journalism.
On behalf of the class of 2022, I'm honored to welcome and thank everyone who's here to celebrate with us today. I still remember the first time that I learned that art school was a real thing. Growing up, school wasn't exactly my favorite place. The only parts of the day I found myself looking forward to were recess, lunch of course, and the occasional art class. Drawing with pastels and dealing with crayons felt like an only place that I could have fun and escape all the noise. There was no room for failure. There was no equation or singular solution we had to find in order to succeed. Skip to third grade as my mom and I were walking down Montana Street in Santa Monica. She looked at me and said, "You know, when you're older, there's a place you can go where all of your classes could be art classes." I thought she was joking. How could school be fun? It seemed too good to be true. Well, here we are, over 13 years later, graduating from one of the best art and design schools, Roski, that just happens to be a 30-minute drive from Montana Street. I'm not quite sure what my 8-year-old self had in mind when she imagined that magical place, but I can confidently say I don't think she would have ever imagined the 4 a.m. studio sessions working on my giant ceramic lipstick for Ceramics 1 that ended up breaking the day before my deadline. The tears shed and countless Sharpies flattened working on my 18 by 24-inch still life and drawing fundamentals. The defeat after having my first studio critique, or the loss of passion I began to feel taking my design classes from the comfort of my childhood bedroom. We all know these past 4 years have been anything but too good to be true or perfect, but against all those odds, we've made it to this day. If there's anything I've learned from all of you, it's perseverance. That's what makes us artists and designers. There is no equation, no singular solution. Art and design have this in common, but Roski has taught me that art, a little like public speaking, requires vulnerability. It's a place I get to explore parts of myself and express them outwardly. As we all know, it can be exhausting and even lonely at times, but necessary and beautiful nonetheless. Design, on the other hand, feels like I'm pulling something from an external source bigger than myself. It allows me to connect to a larger, shared human experience and create for an us. In an ideal world, we should bring vulnerability and connection into everything we do. And watching each of you find the courage to pursue your vastly different passions has helped me explore what it will mean to be vulnerable and connect after we leave this place. So even though my 8-year-old self would have never imagined the struggles these past 4 years came along with, she would be amazed knowing that after the initial panic wore off from watching my giant ceramic lipstick crumble, Tom and Fernaz are there to help me put it back together again. She would smile, knowing that when I was feeling lost and struggling to find purpose in my work, Peter, Ozzy, and Jason helped me find my passion again. Or that when I was feeling overwhelmed with the pressure of my senior thesis, Alexis, Andy Campbell, and my amazing classmates like Izzy, Carolyn, Clara, and Trisha reassured me that I was on the right path. And she would be proud, knowing that I've conquered my very real fear of public speaking as I stand here before you today with the great honor of giving this speech. I'm so grateful for each and every one of my amazing professors, advisors, the Roski staff, my supportive family, friends, and fellow classmates. Whether I saw you every day, have taken 5 classes with you, or haven't seen you since freshman year, you all helped me learn that sometimes what feels like failure is just a happy accident. We all have talent, but must be brave enough to pursue our curiosities with passion, and that vulnerability wouldn't be beautiful without connection. So, before we all go off to start the rest of our lives, I would like to end with a quote from a very wise woman who once said, "You must always have faith in people, and most importantly, you must always have faith in yourself." Congratulations, class of 2022. We did it. Thank you. Thank you, and last but not least, fight on.
I'm also not a fan of public speaking. All right. Thank you, Emma. I'd like to now invite the Student Services Manager, Antonio Bartolome, to the stage to announce this year's Outstanding Student Awards.
Oops, sorry. All right, take it all in. Colleagues, students, parents, everyone here. As we recognize our outstanding graduates for 2022, I ask that each student please stand up when I call your name and please remain standing. Naui Garcia. Is the outstanding graduate for MA in Curatorial Practices and the Public Sphere. Congratulations, Naui. Jessica Bellamy. Is the outstanding graduate for MFA in Art. Congrats, Jess. Suji Chloe Lee. Is the outstanding graduate for MFA in Design. Congratulations, Suji. Margaret Ryan. Is the outstanding graduate for BA in Art. Congratulations, Margot. Margaret Hodson. Is the outstanding graduate for BFA in Art. Congratulations, Maggie. Zoe Del Rosario. is the outstanding graduate for BFA in Design. Mabuhay. After the ceremony, if all of the recipients of Outstanding Student Awards, please meet Dean Haven in the back of the room by the grad images area for a group photo. Thank you, and be seated.
In addition to our outstanding students, we have several USC Roski students that have received scholar distinctions. Students, please stand when I say your names. The USC Renaissance Scholars Program distinction recognizes undergraduate students who have excelled in their studies while completing a major and a minor, or two majors, in a widely disparate field of study. The following students received the Renaissance Scholar distinction. Giacomo Green. If you could please stand. Jie Guan. Brian Zhu. Thank you. You can sit. The USC Discovery Scholar Program distinction honors undergrad students who excel in the classroom while demonstrating the ability to create exceptional new scholarships or artistic works in any major concentration offered at the university. The following students received the Discovery Scholar distinction. Usa Bun. Jing Fen. Izzy Lux. Who's? Trisha Wittenbrink. And Brian Zhu. Thank you. You can sit. Lastly, the USC Global Scholars Program honors students who excel in their studies both at home and abroad. Students must spend at least 10 weeks abroad during their undergrad studies and complete a capstone project related to their international experiences. This year, Brian Zhu received the Global Scholars distinction. Thank you. Before we continue, I would also like to recognize any undergraduate student who received a 3.5 cumulative GPA or higher and is wearing an honor cord at today's ceremony. Would those students please stand? How about one more round of applause for our outstanding students? Yes. All right. Congratulations on your wonderful achievement. All right. So here we go. At this time, please join me for the conferring of degrees. I now...
Oops. All right, the main event. I now ask Dr. Jenny Lin to come up to the front of the stage. On behalf of the faculty, I recommend to you, Dean Lin-Kirk, the following degree candidates for the Master of Arts in Curatorial Practices in the Public Sphere.
Nawi Garcia. Nawi Garcia. Emma Christ. Lauren Guilford. Leah Perez.
Professor Jennifer West, please join us at the front of the stage.
Jessica Bellamy. Erin Marie Aleniak. Francesca Diaz Flores. Lainey Rocca. Sophia Alana Stevenson.
Professor Eva Vocek, please join us at the front of the stage. On behalf of the faculty, I recommend to you, Dean Lin-Kirk, the following candidates for the Master of Fine Arts in Design.
Kylie S. Davis. Paola Espinosa. Jiaping Fei. Jin Xiu Han. Su Ji Lee. Xiaoyuan Li. Mingming Liu. Wang Yu Liu. Yana Liu. Jingwen Ma. Yumi Na. Shinru Qian. Tina Tien. Sharon Wang. Qing Zhang. Yu Qi Zhang. Yishuan Zheng. Tian Changju. Alan Zimmerman. Zhe Li Zong.
On behalf of the faculty, I recommend to you, Dean Lin-Kirk, the following degree candidates for Bachelor of Arts and Bachelor of Fine Arts.
Zoe Elise del Rosario. Margot Ryan. Camille Arai. Catherine Benzian. Emma Bowden. Usa Miraban. Cameron Carmen. Cameron J. Katapusan. Yerchanig Sarah Chakmakian. Daun Chung. Isabella Rain Faulkner. Jing Feng. Renata Gerganova. Casey Goldstein. Joy Jai Guan. Francisco Javier Guerrero Badillo. Gloria Jinxuan Guo. Lu Ying Guo. Emma Pulaski. Amanda Jihei Han. Elise Hebert. Sarah Heyman. Grace Catherine Hill. Jasmine Ho. Margaret Hodson. Rachel Hong. Mu Yang Hong. Walter Boyd Hurley III. Joseph Huang. Nicole Isho. Daniel Jakovics. Booker Johnson. Ryan Dawoon Jung. Iris Kong. Micah Knox. Junmo Brian Koo. Anika Kwan. Trish Lee. Ethan Lee. Olivia Licalzi. Isabel Margaret Lux. Mazzy McGregor. Anna Matsubara. Isabella Melendez. Alexis Mercado. Clara Miller. Oscar Morales. Joseph Mikel Moses. Sydney Pergament. Chloe Reyes. Carolyn Robbins. Jacob Rogers Fett. Sophie Park. Dayanara Saucedo. Remy Sharma. Jimena Siman. G.U. Caroline Son. Caitlin Thomas. Ariel Blaze Tony. Grace Toyonaga. Roland Lin Tu. Nicole Tubman. Osvaldo Angel Vasquez. Trisha Vo. Rachel Wong. Julia Whitlow. Caden Alexis Whitsitt. Trisha Wittenbrink. Alexander Ye. Brian Shu. Gary Wu. Bailey Wu. Taylor Woods. Who's Williams. Nikki Garabiklu Zarev. Ao Lin Zhang. Keshin Sydney Zhang. Ming Yi Corinne Zhu.
And Storm Bria Rose Bookhart.
Wow, that was a lot of fun. Okay, thank you, Antonio. Thank you, Antonio, and thank you again for being part of this special day. Please join us for the Please join us for the USC school reception at the Associate Park South, across from the USC bookstore. After this, when the faculty and students start the recessional, please rise and remain in your rows until the students and faculty have cleared the aisleway. Students, please rise. You may now move your tassels to the left, indicating that you are graduates of the University of Southern California. I'm honored to present to all of you the USC Roski School of Art and Design, MA, MFA Art, MFA Design, BA, and BFA graduating class of 2022. All right. Thank you all, and if you could wait until the Faculty on the stage, first recess.